Well, hello everyone from seat 1A on the brand new British Airways Airbus A350-1000. I'm sat here in the new club suite on its first long-haul outing. Yep, that's right, I am on the inaugural long-haul flight for this plane. This is the first one in British Airways fleet, thus far the only one as well. And I'm here to test out the club suite and see what I think. But my day didn't start here, no. It started around about 10 hours ago as I entered Heathrow's Terminal 5. So let me take you all the way to the beginning of the day and show you how today unfolded and what I think of British Airways' new business class, the club suite.
Welcome to Terminal 5. Where are you travelling to today?
Dubai.
What class?
Business class.
Zone H this way.
Thank you so much. Hi there. Very good, thank you.
And where are you flying to today?
Dubai.
Thank you. No, you have special boarding pass for you.
Thank you very much.
There's no gate number just yet.
Okay.
So go through security and then the gate.
Well, my gate's just been announced. Dubai 12:50 is going to depart from B gate, so I've got to go down the escalators, get on the train and head to Satellite B, which is over there. If you've watched any of my videos before, you'll know Satellite B and C are just a little bit away down from Satellite A here at Terminal 5. Now I have to say, I've been to both British Airways Club World lounges now. I've gone through fast track security, and I have to say, there really is nothing premium about this business class experience. Yes, you get lounge, but the lounges really do resemble kind of a pay-to-enter lounge that you'd get at most airports around the world. They were busy, the food offering was incredible, and I have to say, I was slightly disappointed. Nonetheless, we're heading to B gates now, and yeah, I think the onboard product is going to change that experience for me. Well, here she is, the Airbus A350 that's going to be taking us to Dubai today. I'm in seat 1A in the new club suite, and I am so excited for this one. So there it is. The boarding hasn't started yet, but it's so close. So I'm going to head up to the B gates lounge. I haven't shown you guys that one before, but it's another galleries lounge, and I'll see you up there. Well, there we go. I've finished off the British Airways Club Lounge experience with the one at B gates, and I have to say that is definitely the nicest one. I found North and South both pretty packed. Didn't feel like there was a very nice vibe in there, but now I'm heading down to the plane. I'm really happy I went to the one at B gates because I have to say it's the nicest one there. So now it's A350 time, it's club suite time, and I'm gonna head. I don't know if you can see it behind me, but I'm super excited for this one. So let's hurry up and get on board.
Oxygen will be provided. Mask like this will appear automatically. Stay in your seat and pull the mask towards you. Place the mask over your mouth and nose and breathe normally. Enjoy.
we go, guys, the seatbelt sign is now turned off, and as you can see on this A350, because of the angle of the seats, you actually have to wear a seatbelt which goes over your shoulders as well as the normal round the waist one. It kind of just clips on normally onto the actual buckle, and you take it off like that, and it just sits above you up there. And now the seatbelt sign's off, I can actually take everything off and sit back and start to enjoy this flight. So as I got on board, as you can see before, I have this really large comfortable pillow, headphones, and finally waiting for me on my seat was this bag. Now, I think this is bedding, and that'll be going up in the overhead locker until I'm ready to sleep. We've got the lunch menu here. This opens up like so. It has the lunch menu. It's written in both English and Arabic. Obviously we're going to Dubai, and then if you flip it over onto the back, we've got the drinks menu. Finally, we also have an amenity kit. Now this is standard Club World amenity kit. Also got this flight on an A321, so no special amenity kit for today's flight. So one of the features that really lacked on the old British Airways business class was privacy, and obviously they've tried to change that around on this business class with a new sliding door. So I'm yet to try this door. This is the first time, and I'm really looking forward to seeing just how private this suite actually is. So the door slides very easily in and just clicks shut. And I have to say, it does add a nice element to this suite and make it feel much, much more private. It's definitely not as high-walled as, for instance, Qatar Airways Q Suite. It's really nice to get some added privacy on this suite. Next up, we've got this amenity kit by the White Company, and let's check out what's inside. We've got the standard eye mask and socks. Eye mask looks really nice and big, actually, quite similar to the one that they give in first class. Yeah, no, I really like it, it's fantastic. So, we've got the eye mask and the socks. Next up, we've also got these three spa creams. One says lip balm, one says gentle moisturiser, and the other one I cannot see because it's behind there. No, some other cream. Next up, we also have toothpaste and toothbrush, earbuds, and a British Airways pen, which looks pretty standard, not great. Yeah, pretty standard amenity kit, nothing special. Thank you very much. Pleasure, sir. Cheers.
How are you?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you so much for asking. A colleague will be with you in 2 moments to refill your drink for you, but may I take for you your meal order?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Lovely.
And to start, can I get for you?
I think I'll go for the Arabic meze to start.
Indeed.
Then the grilled chicken.
May I get for you any still or sparkling water to go with it?
Yeah, I'll go still.
Wonderful. Is there anything else I can take an order for?
That's perfect. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Cheers. Well, now that my lunch order's been taken, I think it's time to give you a tour of this brand new club suite. So why don't we start over here to the right. Obviously we have this new sliding door, which I've already talked about. Over here we've got this carpet here, which I think it was one of the, I can't remember, one of the other YouTube vloggers, I think it's called In-Flight Videos, something like that. He said that it looks like an off-cut from an office refurbishment. Now, when I watched that, I thought, oh, fair enough. Now that I'm here, and now that I've talked to the crew about it, I think that's a very unfair statement. This is actually noise cancelling, just to make your suite much more private and much quieter. Behind us, well, obviously, we have the seat. So the seatbelt comes out of here, like this. This is the shoulder one that you need to wear for takeoff. And I think the seat is actually in a really, really lovely design. We've got these crosses here, and yeah, it's been made really nicely. Up here we have our reading light, which just pushes out like so and automatically turns on. I think that's a really nice feature. And then up here we have somewhere to store our reading material. Comes with 2 magazines and a guide onto how to use your club suite. There's also a nice tray up here which you can store things in. I'm just storing one of my GoPro accessories up there. As we move over to the left of the suite, we have this door here. Now this one probably is the more useless of the storage compartments, as there isn't really much space. Somewhere nice to put maybe a diary, a wallet, might fit, a passport, that kind of thing. And it's also fitted with a really nice mirror, which is nice and large. Often you see quite small mirrors on board, but this one's a really nicely sized mirror. I think, yeah, people appreciate that. Down here also to the left you have another storage area which opens with this button here. And yeah, it's a little bit deeper. Again, it's more of a tray, and yeah, not too much storage space in there. Next up, however, is where you really want to be storing things. This storage compartment here in the middle opens with this button and is much deeper. It also is equipped with a plug, 2 USB chargers, and your remote control and headphone jack. So I'll be showing you the remote control just after this, and yeah, I think this storage bin's really nice because it's very deep. So I'm a big fan of that one. Down here under that, you have your screen, which controls your seat. Now, I haven't actually played with the seat controls yet, but I'm really looking forward to doing so. They're quite simple to use. Simply hold down which direction you want your seat to move in, like this. As you can see, I'm holding the downward one, and it's turning my seat into a lie-flat bed. Obviously, don't want to do that yet, so I'll turn it back up. But yeah, it's a really responsive screen, quite similar to that on the WestJet 787, I think. And yeah, I think that's really nice. It has a simple button just to power off here as well, with buttons next to it too. Finally, we move our attention to down here on the left. You've got another little compartment, which is a nice area to store your safety card, your menu, and your amenity kit. In front of us, we have our tray table. Now, the table is released with this little clip under here. You just pull it towards you. Now, the table slides all the way down to here, if you keep pinching, and then folds out to here. So it's a really nice size, and obviously you can move it while you're eating as well, which is really nice. So pushes all the way back like that and locks in. If you want to move it back again, just give it another pinch. And then finally, in front of us here, we have our large in-flight entertainment system, which I've already said I really like. There's a great selection of films. It's very responsive and has a fantastic map too. And then down here, you've got your footwell. Now there's a seated one for when you're in a lie-flat position, and just a small one down here, which feels a little bit flimsy, but we'll let BA off after this seat really is a terrific upgrade. To the right of us here, we have a rising armrest, which again, is just pinch and lift. You can place your arm on there. I think that's quite nice, feels quite good.
Your message starter, please.
Thank you very much.
Green bread roll, still water. Can you place that champagne down for you?
Good, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Message starter. So they've brought the main course now, and it's the grilled chicken. It's lovely. And finally, here is the cheese platter to finish off. Usually I'm really full by this point, but I have to say the meal hasn't been that heavy, so yeah, I'm looking forward to tucking into this cheese board. So that cheese platter officially brings today's meal service to a close. And what did I think of it? Well, I think the food was actually really good. I really enjoyed it. The starter was nice, the main was nice. Main not as nice as the starter, I have to say, and the cheese board to finish was lovely and really well presented. I have to say, apart from the very long waiting times between the starter, the main, and the cheese platter, I think it was really well done by the crew, but that is one downside of having such a large cabin here in this A350, is that waiting times from starter to main and main to dessert really long. So here at the back of the front business class cabin, we have the club kitchen. Now this wasn't actually set up earlier in the flight, but one of the crew members just told me that it's now up and running and ready to go. Personally, I'm absolutely stuffed, so I don't think I can think of anything worse than eating any of this. But what's lovely for business class passengers is that you come here and just snack yourself without feeling too guilty and asking the crew for food all the time. So here we are, my bed is now made for me, and I have to say, being 6'2",
does have its issues when it comes to plane beds. They're never really long enough, maybe Cathay Pacific first class exception. But I have to say this one is kind of the same. If I put my head right up the top, it's hitting against the wall, and my feet are hitting against the bottom down there. But it's really not the end of the world. It's a bit narrow up the top here, feels a tad claustrophobic, but yeah, it's comfortable enough, and I feel like if I were to move around into a sleeping position, yeah, I could definitely get some sleep in here. Well, look at this. The meal service may be done. I couldn't be bothered to go to the club kitchen, and they brought magnums around. That is perfect.
And finally, the afternoon tea service has arrived. So you can either go for the sandwiches or the tapas. I went for the tapas because kind of get the sandwiches in first class as their afternoon tea service, and yeah, I wanted something a little bit different. Also gone for a hot chocolate to serve it with, and I'm very much looking forward to tucking into this one. As we came into land in Dubai, I had one last chance to reflect on my flight. Remember that for my full review, you can see the link in the description, along with a link to how you can save thousands on British Airways long-haul flights using my simple trick. First off, I have to say that British Airways have seriously upped their game now, and that their new business class, although only on one aircraft so far, is an enormous upgrade from the old product. I found the seat to have great amounts of privacy and comfort behind the sliding door, but in bed mode, it was still a tad claustrophobic, and I'm yet to see how good a sleep I'll get in it. The downsides of having such a large cabin were that food service was on the slow side, but with that in mind, the crew couldn't have been better, with the perfect amount of professionalism and friendly banter, which I love to see in a cabin crew. The food tasted good, but was nothing special really. What really makes British Airways business class lag behind others in the industry is the ground experience. The lounges were crowded, and fast track security felt, well, more like slow track than anything else. Overall, I'm super happy that British Airways have introduced this new product, and can't wait to see it flying more routes on more aircraft over the next few years. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please be sure to send it to others, subscribe and like, and until next time, fly safe.